Now, if you're an Escape from Tarkov player, you probably would expect that it will be similar to Escape from Tarkov. So you would just have like your different limbs and your hit point pool, and when hit points are out, you're dead. Oh, in this game, it's a bit different. And I think it led to some confusion for players because they thought something's bugged out, because you might end up in situations where you shoot an enemy 10 or 20 times and it just won't drop. And I think that's not a bug, that's actually it's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so when you go into your health bar, you can actually rotate your character like this. And the way the game works currently, when you hit a target somewhere, or when you get hit somewhere, and it doesn't get stopped by helmet or body armor, then you start bleeding, depending where the location is. Sometimes it can be a light, medium, or heavy bleed. And then your blood starts decreasing. When the blood decreases about, I think, to about 2,000 or something around, somewhere in this area, then your character will go unconscious, or in a coma, and then you can manually respawn or wait for somebody to revive you. Now, the more often you shoot another player, or enemy, or you get shot by enemies, the more holes your character basically has, and the faster you will start bleeding out. And that's what usually happens in combat, where you hit an enemy 10 or 15 times, and eventually just collapse behind cover somewhere. Now, the next thing that can happen is that when you get hit somewhere, then you get, like, depending if it's a wound, a penetration, then it's a red icon, a red rectangle, and when it's a bruise, it's a purple rectangle. And bruises usually happen when you get hit by something that doesn't have enough force to penetrate. Usually if the body armor blocks it, or the helmet blocks it. And the next thing is that you can instantly kill a player or an AI if you hit them in two specific locations. One is the heart hitbox, which is over here, see the heart? If the heart is pierced by any bullet, doesn't matter which, then your character is instantly dead. And the same for the brain area. Okay? I'm going to show some clips I recorded from combat situations. What happens? See, he dropped from that shot. That was probably an exact hard shot. Let's look at it again. It took some time for the character to react. Might be lag, might be so. I'm not sure. It's a second example. See, that was a miss. It didn't actually hit the heart. That missed the heart slightly, went up here. That went above the heart up here. And that went into the heart somewhere, lower piece of the heart. And the character is down. Okay. Here my character was killed by the enemies. Now you can see here. I walk up and was shot. See here. See what's happening up here. I got a bruise up here. That's from body armor getting hit. You can see this was a grazing shot that hit the helmet. And this hit the lower part of the brain. It was a kill shot. See here. Went probably in from the front, went through here, and the brain is hit, and then you're instantly dead. See, I'll get some more examples. See. Obvious miss. See, that probably went on the shoulder. Also, you have to account for me clicking the button, then the mechanism of the weapon working, the bullet coming out and arriving at the target. So there's some delay here. Was again a miss. Miss. And now I have it lined up. It probably went through the arm. So with the recoil, you line it up. It probably went through the forearm and into the heart. Didn't hit the heart, it hit up here. That hit the heart. Straight into the heart. And this works with any weapon that you have, provided the enemy doesn't have body armor that can protect against it. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that hitting the enemy in non-instant lethal hit zones doesn't have any effect. It actually doesn't affect, because I think the enemy is less accurate when shooting back at you. You can usually notice that when you hit the enemy a lot of times and they shoot back, they miss most of the time. And I think suppression is also modeled if you nearly miss the enemy, because it's modeled on the player. So if you get shot at, you get some slight screen blurring.